Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we're going to be building a hot rod. This is a viewer request, and this has actually been requested quite a few times. It's been a little surprising. I don't think this isn't going to be a complicated build. I'm in between big builds right now, so I figure let's go ahead and take this on, get it off the list. Like I said, should be nice and short. But I'm really excited about the next build. I don't even want to say what it is. It'll just hopefully pop up here within the next couple of days. It's been giving me a lot of problems, but I think if I can make it work, it's going to definitely be worth it. So, anyways, let's go ahead and build the body. I've got some pictures pulled up here. I'm going to start with the main part of the body, then we'll work our way out to the fenders and the front of it. Let's see, does that clear my big head? Yeah, let's see. Alright, we're going to go up like this, and I'm going to leave a opening here in the back. I'm a little undecided what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to keep it like a traditional old style hot rod, but I also thought about doing maybe a dragster. I'm not 100% sure. We'll kind of work around it and see what it starts to look like, and then I can really judge what I want to do with it. So, is that... Okay, make sure this goes all the way up. I'm going to leave a opening here for a window. And I might even, I don't know, I might throw like a thruster or something in the back. I'm not sure yet. It kind of depends on what the final plan is. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. Let's go ahead and get moving here. And I'll just cut the video in and out. Just kind of showing you the important parts. So anyways, here we go. Let's see, is that tall enough? Yeah, that should clear the fender. I'm going to extend this out by probably 3 blocks. That should cover the tire completely. That one piece of suspension kind of pokes out the top, but I think if I surround it with the fender, and once you paint it with the body, you really won't notice it unless you're looking directly at it. Let's see. Need to do the underside of this fender too. But yeah, we'll do this. We'll check it out, make sure it doesn't... We'll see how far that suspension compresses and make sure it doesn't rub too bad. And then we'll move on. I'm going to do for the... I'm going to do like a frame on the bottom, and then we'll set the motors on top of that, and then I'll have a radiator in the front. I'm going to leave it open. I like that style of hot rod where the engine's exposed. I might make it look ridiculous. Maybe we'll put a bunch of detail into the motor itself. I need to set this down here in a second before we move to that, so we'll do that next. Is that even? Maybe, yeah, I think it should be a block on each side. So yeah, I need to go around to the other side, but we'll get that figured out here. Okay. Ooh, that added a lot of weight to the front. I guess it's going to be okay. I've got the back end pitched up a little bit. I think that looks cool because some of these hot rods you see, they're kind of really leaned forward. For the front, I'm just doing almost like those pipes going to the front, and then we'll put a radiator on there. I'm going to have it open, that way you can see just the engines. I might actually throw 2 engines in there, just make it look really cool. This is where the actual motor is going to be, the one that, you know, drives it in the game, but I'm going to make some fake ones here in the front. Radiator, I need to surround this maybe with 1 layer of blocks. Something like that. Let's see, I'm going to go around to the other side and ignore the colors, the random colors of the tires. I'm just experimenting with how I want to look, like how I want this to look. Let's see, that looks good. I can get out the front. I might raise the body a bit. I think I can go 1 more up. I was just trying to make sure I'm not blocking the driver's view. That looks good. That looks good for a motor. Let's see. So I need this to the side. We'll do some more painting. I'm gonna throw some things in here. Just try to make it look busy. But I like the dual motor. It probably. I mean, I don't. It's not really realistic, but. Just the scale I wound up building the body, and like how long everything is. I think I need probably 2 motors in there just to make it look cool. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use these to make like pipes, and I'm gonna send the pipes to the back. But I need them to wrap around the frame. Now, it might look a bit busy with all the pipes here, but that bottom pipe is actually the frame of the car. So I'm going to paint that probably black or whatever color I finally decide to go with. See, on the side here, this is how I wrap the mufflers around. So it took me a while to figure out like a proper design. I looked online for a while and just tried to see like what the best ones, like how they did the mufflers. Let's see. I think I've got it to where it looks like they actually like go into each other, and let's see. They go back and forth quite a bit just to make sure I'm doing this right on both sides. Let's see. I need to go back. There we go. I think that's right. Right? Yeah. Then this one's gonna slip out onto the other side. It's a little. Probably should have painted the frame because this is a little disoriented. Like looking at all these pipes going everywhere. Let's see. Go back to that side. But yeah, once I paint these up, probably keep the motor, not this silver, I'll have to paint it again. I still don't like the fact that it, when you paint the pipes, it only paints the blue part. So I'm going to need to go with like a silver just to keep it, like, almost make it look like a solid color. Let's see, I'm going to try to work my way around here. I need to connect the radiator with the just make it look like it's all connected. Right now it's just hanging on the frame, so maybe I can throw this up here. There we go. What other pieces do I want to use? I'm not sure. Let's just grab a couple pieces. I think it was the NASCAR build. I had I feel like it was a pretty detailed motor. I'm gonna go with somewhat of the same here, even though I couldn't really name what some of this does. It just looks cool. So let's go around if I can get up here. I also need to throw lights on the front. Does that look like it could be belts? That doesn't quite look right. Yeah, I'm gonna curve the front right by the radiator, and then I'm gonna add some lights to that too. Gotta remember to do that, so if not, I'll forget. This looks pretty cool though. I'm gonna keep the short doors. I like the short doors here, and I don't think I'm gonna keep that ridiculous thing in the back. I was still like wondering, do I want to do a drag car or do I want to do just a straight hot rod? And that I had like a wheelie bar in the back, and I don't really like it. I tried to come up with a design for it, and it just doesn't look right. And I don't know. I want to be able to like drive it around and turn it. I don't want to just like say I'm going to go in a straight line. So, oh yeah, I forgot that's a separate part. I made a hatch for the roof just because Scrap Mechanic's weird like ejecting methods. So I'm gonna map a button inside. That way you can just open the roof and jump out, because you know we can't use doors in the game for whatever reason. Yeah, everything looks really cool except for the wheelie bar. So I'm gonna definitely go back and get rid of that. It's just like an experiment to see if it would work. Paint it up, and yeah, it's just not gonna work. Decided the body looked a bit short, like it didn't look full enough, so I'm gonna add a bumper to the back, test it out and drive it, make sure nothing like bottoms out. I don't think it's going to. I've got a pretty stiff spring in the back. I changed the spring to the off-road one to make sure that it sets. I mean, the back's heavier than the front is, but I'm making sure that it sets up a little bit. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go around and I'm probably gonna fill the body in. Ooh, I'm getting a bit of lag, so if this looks a bit like shaky, there's something about right this area of the track. I took it over to the track to see what it looked like, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep that bumper. I'm gonna keep it the stock color. It almost like, I wish they had a chrome, but I guess it gives it a little bit of the look of like this would be chrome. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna probably add to the front of this car. I don't know. Let me get it out of the track and we can drive it around and see how it handles. Let's see. All right, this is always really bumpy out here. I kept the rocket. The rocket looks cool to me. if you get in here and you download it and you want to delete it or, you know, just close it off, that's fine. But I think it's kind of cool to have a rocket on the back of it. I didn't want to overdo it and like throw like 20 rockets on it, but this build, it's simple, but it's cool. I mean, I don't really know what else to do. When somebody requests a hot rod, it's like, well, what else should I put on here? It already is a little ridiculous with the 2 motors poking out, but I think it's that cool kind of ridiculous, and I'm really digging the paint scheme on there too. But one thing that's bugging me, which I'm going to go change here in a second, is that the body needs to look bigger than it does. It looks a little skinny, so we'll get down there. We'll extend it out. I think extending it by 1 block, plus it will make it like even with the back bumpers. So here's the hatch on the top. You can hop right out. That just makes things so much easier. Let's see. Let me grab the block here. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to extend it out like this. Let's see. Let's get on this side. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that makes it look better. So let's go ahead and do that. Paint it black. Maybe I'll add another stripe. I like the stripes on the top, but I also think maybe adding 1 stripe to the fender would look cool. I don't know. It might look cool. I kind of like the traditional just 2 stripes on top, but I also think the fender needs something. So let's see. Oh, well, the body looks better, but I don't want to do it. Let's try it out. Let's just see what it looks like. There we go. Get on top. I tried to hide that suspension piece poking out the top, but I think with the black on there, it does hide it. You really don't notice it unless you look like right at the fender, and especially the whole fact that it's at the top, so the character's not tall enough to see over that. But that's really the only reason it's because it's like that is because the off-road suspension I had to use there. But oh, I forgot you cannot paint that, or at least you can't just. I was going to put a stripe on that, but so we'll just need to leave that solid. I almost added a piece to the top of that, but I don't. It looked a little too tall, so we're going to leave that alone. But yeah, I am happy with the way this came out. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, this world will be available to download. It's got all the other fun stuff in it. So anyways, if you'd like to like the video, subscribe, everything will help. So we'll see you guys next time.